Welcome back to the channel. I have no idea what this reading is about. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing here right now, except for the fact that it's past 3 a.m. in the morning. I haven't been able to sleep one bit. Tried watching a movie, tried maybe just listening to some music, but it's just not happening. For some reason, I don't know. I'm very wide awake. So I just decided to do an energy check-in just to see what's in the energy, basically, to see what's up. I have no idea even what cards to use. I've been pondering for a while trying to figure out what deck is going to be the best to use, but let's see what comes up. Because it feels a lot like it's just things not being said, or like something that needs to come up or needs to be, or something that I'm trying to figure out. I want to use these. This is the Botanical Inspirations deck, and it's quite poetic. So it's quite poetic. So yeah, the mother, ask about dragons. That's interesting. You just gave me a real boost right now. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Instead of me trying to figure out what I'd like to inquire about or what to use, I don't know. I think you guys should suggest. That sounds very interesting. So let's do this. We're going to do different sets of readings. I don't know how long it's going to be or if we're going to carry on with one energy. But I'm going to take an energy and then I'm going to do a short reading into it. And yeah, let's see what comes up. All right. So, okay. I don't really have a deeper deck to dive in for something to do with dragons, but I feel like I'm going to use the. Oh, wow. Well, look at that. Right? So, the mother, you asked about dragons. And as I've picked this deck, look what's under. That's clearly a dragon, and it says uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Hmm. So, I don't know what we need to know about dragons, but spirit dragons. Give us something on dragons, like on the right deck. Guide me if I'm not, but okay. Yeah, that's definitely confirmation that we should do the dragon's energy. So remembering our dragon heritage. Remembering our dragon heritage. I feel like I'm going to be needing multiple decks for this. What can you tell us about our dragon heritage, spirit? For anybody on right now that is connected to the dragon lineage, what can you tell us right now? Give me a few cards and then some clarifiers, please. Thank you. Help me channel safely into the dragon's energy, spirit. Blessed Archangel Michael and my seven archangels, I humbly ask you to walk with me through this reading and guide me through this process. Shield me from any form of negative energies or dark energies that might try to come at me through this reading. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, Blessed Archangel Michael. Thank you. So we have Earth Mother, Psychic Recharge, Grounded Healer, Mentor, and Layers. And then we have Salamander. The fact that it's Salamander is crazy to me. Just yesterday, I was speaking about searching Ouroboros. This is in such perfect alignment. The Mother, thank you very much. And then we have Mirror Magic, Lunar Light, Past Lives, Spectrum, and Self-Care. So what do we need to know about the dragon's lineage, or dragon lineage, or dragon heritage? I feel like with the Earth Mother, this is really coming through to say something about like a very old lineage. It's like, and the dragon energy is very, very old. So this is basically coming up to say we're dealing with a very, very ancient energy. And this energy is coming up to bring some kind of psychic recharge. So whoever is connected to the dragon's lineage, in this period, there's a very, very heavy psychic recharge that is coming or is already happening. And with a mentor, I feel like this psychic recharge for some is going to come in a form of like a mentor, right? But this is going to be like an actual dragon spirit that is mentoring you. So for some of you, you may have had a dream, or you will have a dream. What I'm getting is either you have, or you will have a dream where you are flying on something, right? You will know you are flying on some kind of creature, right? But you might not see exactly what kind of creature you're riding on. But for some of you, you will see very clearly that you are riding on a dragon. So I feel like I just got the mothers are returning. The mothers are returning. And I feel like this is speaking very heavily about the dragon mothers, right? So the dragon mothers are returning, and I feel like this is, thank you, Spirit. This is saying the dragon mothers are returning because just like the reading we did a few weeks ago, the egg has hatched. You have hatched. Whoa. I'm so in love with this reading right now. The first card alone is giving me so much downloads. The dragon mothers are returning because their babies have hatched. So whoever is part of the dragon lineage, you have hatched, and that is part of you and the collective of your lineage have hatched, and this is the reason why the dragon mothers are coming through. And I feel like this dragon spirit that is going to be guiding you, that is going to be acting like some kind of mentor, is going to literally be like taking you on different like not missions, but like it's almost like they're going to be training you in the astral, right? So this could be in a form of like basically like you astral traveling, but it's like you're going to see yourself like it's like you're going to undergo some kind of training. And I feel like this is so you can become more grounded, right? Because the dragon energy, you see, just like how it was at the bottom of the deck. Okay, now I've shuffled it, but remember what was at the bottom of the deck? It says something about dragon something, and it says uncovering great treasure, uncovering a treasure, something like that, right? I feel like the part of the reason why you're needing to be grounded is because this treasure or whatever it is that is being brought to you, this psychic recharge, it's not just the psychic, like it's not just about like your powers heightening or you gaining certain powers. It's also very, very ancient wisdom, very ancient knowledge that is coming to you from this dragon energy. So we have heavy, the mother dragons are returning. For some, I feel like this is already happening, right? Because the reading from the last few weeks ago about, I think this was like even like over a month ago, about the egg has hatched and it's a dragon. I remember it speaking about dragon guardians coming to basically protect and guide and train this energy or this new dragon. And with the salamander, I remember from the search, it's Ouroboros has to do with like creation, birth, rebirth, right? Renewal, bringing something into being, something very psychic, something very spiritual. So I feel like a new dawn is breaking. And this new dawn that is breaking is going to literally, oh my goodness, look, infinite wisdom, just like I said. It's going to be you receiving a lot of divine wisdom to help you in your creative work or to help you in whatever you're doing. So whatever you're doing, this creative work might even be something that is not like a job to you. It could be something that is like just like a part-time thing or just like a project to you, or like, just something that you're doing as a side job or something. But the divine is saying you are about to realize your full power, because with this dragon's energy, it's like the trainings you're going to be receiving is not just going to be about your psychic power. It's going to have to do with very ancient wisdom and very ancient knowledge. And I feel like you're going to be translating this into the work that you do. So I'm getting rare. Whoever this message is for, you are quite rare. You are quite rare, and the kind of psychic abilities that you have is also quite rare. 3310 on the time on the thingy. 33 people and 10 likes. That's 331. So this is giving me the energy of, it's almost like you are being put in the forefront of something. And I feel like with the dragon energy, it's basically it's like something is coming back to life through you. Something is being reborn through you. And I feel like this is that dragon energy. So I feel like in some sense, again, it's like in you're going to, in the spirit form, your dragon form is going to be activated, but you're going to be like a dragon walking like a dragon walking in a human suit on earth, right? What else do we need to know before I get some clarifier, spirit? Let me move this up. What else do we need to know about the dragon lineage, spirit? Oh my goodness, look at that. It says ancient amulet, fortune, protection, skills, and possessions. This is perfect. Like, this is so on point. This is so on point. This is the fortune. This is just like what was under the deck. Part of this dragon energy being revived in you also is bringing about some kind of loot, some kind of fortune. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with like dragon stories, like dragon myths, stuff like that. Like even with, there's that TV show. Is it Lord of the Rings or the other one with the hobbits or the thing, the short guys, and they had to go and take the ring or something from where the dragon was, but the dragon was literally like sleeping on a loot of treasure and fortune. And I feel like this is very much in alignment, because it's almost as if like that fortune will not go to just anybody. It would go to somebody from the dragon's lineage, right? Somebody from that bloodline. So I feel like whoever you are, in this period, you are going to be coming into tremendous abundance. And the tremendous abundance is going to come in a way that's going to be very surprising. But that's because this is like a spiritual loot that is coming back around. This is very spiritual. And I feel like like I don't know how it's like outside, but here, I remember when I was a kid, sometimes the aunties would go out, or like, let's say your mother goes out to the market, and then they buy stuff, or they travel, they buy stuff, or they're bringing stuff for like the rest of the kids. And then when they come back, it's like the first thing they want to know is who has been obedient, who has been doing the right thing, who was obeying the rules, who did their chores, who did their homework. You understand? And then it's like whoever did what they were supposed to do, she's like, she has a gift for them and she wants to give them what she brought back. But whoever has been disobedient is going to receive, I don't know, whether spanking or scolding or something of the sort, right? So I feel like this energy coming in is like mother is coming in and is about to give the loot to the children that have been obedient. So again, with this ancient dragon lineage, it's not everybody that is part of this lineage that is being activated in this lifetime. It's not everybody that is part of the dragon's lineage that is being activated in this lifetime. But I feel like one of the reasons why it's very prominent in this time, well, actually, we are in the age of the dragon. The Chinese year, the Chinese science, I think we're in the age of the dragon right now. Somebody please put in the chat for me what it is specifically, because sometimes I get these things wrong. So I feel like this is also very significant why this energy is coming now or coming through now. It's like right now the dragon lineage is being reborn. And it's not like because it was dead, but it's like it's being reborn in the physical. It's always been around, but it's being reborn in the physical. You understand? And another thing also is with the skills, right? With the skills, it's like it's definitely your skills coming in a way where it's like you're going to be guided to build your skills. So you're going to become very masterful. You're going to be guided to master something. You're going to be guided to master something. We are in the snake, year of the snake. It's the snake. Oh, okay. Year of the snake. That's funny. That doesn't quite sound right to me. I don't know why. Okay, I will just look that up in a minute. What else, Spirit? Hmm. Baraka, power, strength, force, and expansion. Power, strength, force, and expansion. I feel like I feel like there's some kind of energy also that is going to be coming up. Year of the dragon was last year. This year is the snake. Oh, okay, that was last year. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Um okay, so I feel like there's something also that is like literally like bottled inside of you. It's like this thing is inside you, but it's like it's buried or it's locked and it's meant to be ignited at some point when it's like you are activated in your dragon energy. And I feel like this activation has already happened, right? I feel like this activation has already happened. I just lit dragon's blood incense. Something is trying to pollute the reading. I hope not. But since we're speaking of, just a moment, guys. Okay. I'm inspired to light dragon's blood also, so yeah. Just a moment, guys. I'm trying to light this quickly and then. Okay. So I feel like with the Baraka, power, strength, and force, there's something within you for whoever this message will resonate with. There's something within you that has always been there but has literally been bottled. And this, it feels like a ball of fire. Do you guys see how this is? It's like, I feel like it's some kind of like a fireball that is literally, and I'm getting solar plexus heavily right now. It feels like some kind of fireball that is buried within your solar plexus. It's buried within your solar plexus. And this is literally what has been able to kind of like keep your power and your strength, that dragon energy in check. This is what has been able to keep that in check. And I feel like now it is going to literally be unleashed for this expansion to happen. And this expansion is not in the sense of, again, that power exactly. This expansion has to do with knowledge. It has to do with some kind of like ancient wisdom and ancient magical power or magical knowledge about, or knowledge about magical powers that you are going to be bringing about or making aware. And then we have voodoo roots. This voodoo root is interesting. It says respect, survival, liberation, and freedom. What I was getting when this card came out was something about embodying some kind of spiritual energy that is going to counteract some kind of attack. And this attack was basically coming as like a body or a group of people that were kind of like, you could say like dragon hunters, right? It's like these people were very skilled in alchemy. Like these were some kind of sorcerers, right? That were like dragon hunters. And I feel like the reason why this is coming through with the voodoo roots, see, it says respect, survival, liberation, and freedom. I feel like part of this knowledge that is going to be coming to you, or part of this awareness that is going to be coming to you, is awareness or knowledge of these dragon hunters. And I feel like these dragon hunters, it was like for specific reasons, right? Because I know also from a certain time or from a certain period where dragons were demonized, it was mainly because a lot of dragons were being possessed, a lot of dragons were being attacked, and were being like spellbounded by sorcerers, right? So a lot of dragons were being used and were being sent out blindly by these sorcerers. And I feel like this is the reason why voodoo root is coming. So part of this power, it's literally going to be you battling against people like this. But then what I'm getting is like these were some really powerful like alchemists and sorcerers also. This would explain why with the voodoo root, because voodoo had, and again, for whoever this might resonate with, don't take the voodoo roots literally like voodoo, right? Take it as literally like alchemy, like very ancient form of magic or knowledge of magic and magical practice, right? And even with voodoo, even though a lot of people are able to study things, like I see a lot of people around, it's like they're part of like things where they learn about voodoo or they're initiated into things. Voodoo really runs through in the roots. Voodoo really runs through the roots. Voodoo is a much deeper thing than just learning. Voodoo is a much deeper thing than just acquiring some knowledge or some tutoring, right? And when voodoo runs through your blood, when it runs in your blood, you don't need teaching. You don't need any of those things. Of course, you will have to get better. Of course, you will have to know how to use your power, right? But when voodoo runs through your blood, you don't need certain things to become that person or to be able to tap into that energy. And I feel like this is going to be done on you anyway. Sense that with this energy that is guiding you or working with you and going to be helping you to unleash this dragon energy or help you to realize what you are and how to use this power, it's going to be also a remembrance and a reconnection to your magical roots. To your magical roots. Because if we're going to speak of voodoo, even voodoo is not the most ancient type of magic. Voodoo is not the most ancient type of spiritual practice, right? As a matter of fact, if you wanted to grade them by years, voodoo is one of the youngest. And when we speak of magic, when we speak of ancient magic, you can speak of like, for instance, Druid magic. You can speak of Aztec magic. You speak of like very old type of magic. And I feel like this is where this is coming from. But the fact that I said Druid, that might mean something to someone. What else do we need to know about the dragon lineage spirit? Hollowed heart, veneration, sensuality, gentleness, and nakedness. This is giving me the energy of being in like your purest form. And with the veneration, it's like being in your purest form is going to serve as some kind of veneration for the dragon lineage or for your lineage or for your dragon lineage, right? So for whoever this message is for, one thing you're going to realize is the fact that you feel the need to venerate, right? Or you might feel the need to do some kind of ancestral veneration, but when you think of it, maybe you don't really picture a person that you want to venerate or an ancestor that you want to venerate, but you feel it, right? And you may have seen yourself also, aside of like flying on something with wings, you may have seen yourself at like some kind of like open space, something that looks like an open field, like an open space, like almost like you're waiting on something or you're praying to something or something of the sort. That's because you are venerating your winged ancestors. You are venerating your winged ancestors. And I feel like when you are in your most natural form, you are venerating your ancestors also. This is like basically, it's almost like 5522, that's 77. It's almost like the dragon mother is saying, I need you to be with the nakedness. I need you to be in your purest form. I need you to be in your purest form. And I feel like this purest form is basically you being in your like most authentic form, your most authentic self. Because again, the dragon energy is very ancient, right? And you can think of it as some, if you wanted to think of like the different forms of magic and their origins or sources as like planets, you can think of the dragon magic as Saturn, right? Saturn is a no nonsense planet, is a no nonsense energy. Saturn is like the bringer of karma, the closer of cycles, right? Saturn is the one that says, I'm cleaning your plate and I'm giving you a clean slate, but everything that I clean from your plate, I'm bringing it back to you to answer for, something like that. So it's a very like no nonsense, very like straightforward, very, for a lack of better word, serious energy, right? And this is the reason why I feel like it's saying, like the mother is saying, I need you to come in your purest form. Because in your purest form, it's like you're venerating them even in your purest form, because these are your ancestors. And again, with the voodoo roots, it's like the magic runs through your veins. The magic runs through your veins. But again, in this world that we live in, and in this 21st century, let me not say 21st century, let's look at how we've been conditioned from the past years coming down to now. With religion and politics and all those things, right? A lot of us have lost touch with our natural magic, with our natural essence. And so it's almost like the mother is saying, like, I need you to be in your purest form. I need you to embrace your purest form. I need you to embrace your highest form. Basically, I need you to get rid of everything that has been in your brain about what you know already. And I need you to be as innocent as a child, for instance. And in that energy, it's almost like you're venerating us, because it's almost like honoring the fact that they are so old and ancient. And it's like it's the only way that the connection can happen, because it's almost as if like it's like the mother is not about to bring herself I don't know how to say it without, I don't want to be sounding condescending when I say certain things, right? So it's like the mother is trying to say, it's like, I'm not going to stoop down to the earthly level in order for you to be able, in order to be able to connect with you. That's, it's not going to happen. That cannot happen, right? That cannot happen. I would rather need you to come to your original version. I would need you to be in your original version, the original version of your energy, in order for me to connect with you. So again, with the voodoo root, there's going to be a need for you to basically like tap into your magic, right? And for somebody, you have connection to air, like you have some type of air magic, right? Some type of air magic. And I'm seeing a kite. I'm seeing a kite right now, so that might mean something to somebody. It's like a kite with, like, I don't know if it's like a yellow thing in the middle, but there's something about a kite. What else, spirit? Okay. Oh my goodness, look. So I put these. This goes here. So here. Okay, so it says hidden familiars, allies, natural assistance, divine support, comfort. And then we have closing circle, pure intent, sacred doors, timing, and experience. So I feel like with this is going to be one of the ways that you venerate, or one of the ways that you reconnect with your roots, that ancestral energy, that dragon magic. It's going to be by connecting with animals. And it's known to be one of the highest form of magic, or one of the highest form of alchemy, being able to communicate with animals. So again, with this being a very old energy, this is like it's like you're being called to tap into like a very old form of magic. Like this energy is very old. And it's like the only way you can do this, or the only way you can reconnect with mother, is basically by being in your purest form. And I feel like the animals can help you do this. This is why it's saying hidden familiars. So you might even have some familiars around you that you don't even know. You might have some familiars around you that you don't know. But this is going to help you to come to your most natural state, communicating with the animals. And it might look crazy in the beginning, But it looks like this is exactly what's needed with the pure intent and the closing circle. I feel like the closing circle has to do with literally this cycle that you're in right now. It's like your earth cycle is like it's being closed out, because I feel like whatever this experience is that the mother dragon is bringing to you, after this experience you are not going to be the same anymore. Already I feel like you are not the same like you were months ago, but like after this experience with the mother dragon, you are not going to be the same anymore. And sacred door is coming to my attention because the last reading I did had to do with sacred doors and how the ancestors or the spirit guides and different spirit guides had been appointed to take you through sacred doors, and that the sacred doors were basically guiding you to the different memories of past lives that you would be able to heal. And what I'm getting right now is, for some, this sacred door that is reflecting in this energy right now will be you going back to the time of Tiamat. The time of Tiamat. And I'm catching just tired of crying. This tired of crying. Ivory, I'm sorry, dear. You're going to have to hold on with that energy because I'm picking up on it very heavily, please. And I love your energy, so I don't want to have to time you out. But let's keep that energy down, please. Please keep your vibrations up. I'm picking up too much right now, and let's keep the energy very... No, dear, please don't say that. Very welcome, but this is just like... It's very important if when you're an empath and a spiritual practitioner also to keep the energy in check. So like, for instance, just like how I'm feeling you right now, this will happen to you sometimes in different situations. So when it happens, you just need to know that it's not your energy and it's somebody else's energy you're picking up, right? So I feel like with the sacred doors, somebody is going to be reminded of Tiamat. And I feel like, remember, I don't know if anybody was there for that reading. It spoke about how some of the memories that you're being guided, but the sacred doors you're being guided through, it's going to reveal memories of past lives that are going to be very traumatic for you. I feel like for somebody, you are a star seed, right? You are one of the star seeds, or you are literally from the families of star seeds, different star seeds that came to this earth to seed light on planet Earth after the destruction of Tiamat. So for somebody, you might remember this experience. You might remember the destruction of Tiamat. And me personally, I remember the first time that I connected with the energy of Tiamat. It was like a whole night of crying. I just kept crying and I was so sad. I felt like I was in grief, like I was grieving. It's like I was so sad. I could feel the loss. It's like I could feel the pain in my body. So for somebody, this is going to be like that. The memories that are going to be coming to you are going to be the remembrance of Tiamat. And if you don't know who Tiamat is the primordial mother dragon. She's known as the primordial mother dragon. And many believe, I'm still trying to understand that part, that we sit on Tiamat currently. And that the remains of Tiamat after the destruction by specifically Marduk and what would be the body that you call the planet Nibiru. Basically, after that destruction, we are believed to be sitting on the remnants of Tiamat, right? And Tiamat is believed to be a primordial mother dragon who was guardian of what is now planet Earth also. And also mother of different planets that we know now. But that's a different story for another time. And again, everything I say, use your discernment. If it's true, you will know. And if it's not true for you also, you will know. So I feel like whoever resonates with this, if you don't already know about Tiamat, you are going to be reminded of who Tiamat is. What else, Spirit? I'm being told to say something about the year of the snake and the year of the dragon. And there's something about the back to back, the fact that it's the year of the dragon and then the year of the snake, right? And what I'm getting is about, I don't know why it's saying we are all sisters or we are all brothers, but something is coming into my mind about the salamander. So I don't know why this is coming through about snakes, lizards, dragons. We are all brothers and sisters. And another thing I'm getting heavily right now is the draconian energy. And I feel like this is also connected somehow to this we are all brothers and sisters. I feel like, man, this just got really heavy. Listen, I feel like some... So, if you're connected to the dragon lineage, you're kind of connected to the Draconians somehow. That's it. I had to just drop that. Moving on. We have... Okay. Psychic Flame, 333, Sacred Milk, and Druid Magic. Oh my goodness. Druid Magic. This is it. Psychic Flames, 333, Sacred Milk, Druid Magic. Sacred Milk, this is giving me heavy Tiamat energy, like mother's milk. Like mother's milk. With the Druid Magic, I think we already mentioned this when I was speaking about the Dragon Hunters, right? The Dragon Hunters and how they use sorcery. They use sorcery to control the dragons. The dragons that were left behind, they use sorcery to control the dragons. That's why all the stories after the destruction speaks of dragons as demons, speaks of dragons as monsters. And look at that, psychic flame. So this, I'm telling you, listen, I feel like this is going to come back around. There are a group of people that are still lingering here on this earth that are literally dragon hunters. And this time around in this lifetime, because dragons are not literally there like dragons, like how they used to be, these people are going to be hunting. They're going to be hunting us. It's almost like they're going to be, it's like it's like they're going to be looking for the remnants of the dragon lineage. They're going to be looking for, you see, this is the reason why. So we are protected, yes, we are, right? But there's something I always say. In our human vessel, we don't maintain enough strength even for ourselves. We don't take care of ourselves enough. Who we are naturally of our lives we have. We're not supposed to be eating certain foods, even certain things that are in pharmaceuticals we're not supposed to take. All these things have lowered our vibration from so long. And so we are not as strong as we used to be. You remember whereas back in the day, like people, the indigenous people used to live longer, but we don't live longer. This is because we are not following the same route that they did. So it's funny to me how sometimes we talk about, oh, protect your energy, cleanse your spirit, do this. And then people are like, oh, I don't need to do anything. I am highly protected. My spirit team, yeah, your spirit team protects you. But you think your spirit team is going to come and take out every single spirit you've taken in your body or any kind of like toxic thing that is still remaining in your body? You deal with that. And these are some of the things that we need to do to raise our vibration, to heighten our psychic power. So I feel like I mentioned this druid magic, and I feel like it's druid magic that they used. And there's some kind of psychic flame. Give me more on this, spirit. I want more on this. Drawing down the moon, divine feminine, source, channel, stillness. Okay. I feel like this thing that I said is buried in the solar plexus chakra, this thing is not, it was buried before for a reason. As it's like, but the reason why this thing is going to be, it's going to be ignited in perfect timing. It's going to be ignited in perfect timing because What's going on, guys? Can you hear me? Is everything okay on your side? Because this message is becoming a whole something else. Man, I haven't been able to sleep. I haven't been able to sleep. I haven't been able to sleep. It's like I've literally been up, but I feel so hyped. I feel so energetic. It's like my eyes are so wide open. My spirit is so turned up, and I have no idea why. 1 but 2 Z Kwan. That sounds interesting to me. Okay, all right, let's get back to it. And for some reason, I've been trying to channel Asia so much. It's like I want to speak Chinese, or I don't know what I want to do, but I've been following these Chinese words. And yesterday, I wanted to learn how to use chopsticks, right? And now it's like Asian astrology. And so this is again, and it's funny, but in Asia, they're still the only like people that are still very like connected to the dragon energy, still very connected to the dragon energy. So I don't know. I feel like something is about to pop up sooner than later, right? Like, I don't know, they'll bring something up in the news about finding like something like dragon fossils, or finding like something, some kind of new discovery about dragons. I don't know if you guys just heard a dragon sage just pop. It just popped. They're going to find out something, or something has already been found. But what was found was just meant to be some kind of like alarm, some kind of a thing that goes like an alarm that says like I'm coming, or we're here, right? So it's saying we're here or I'm coming. Can you tell us what can you tell us about this druid magic, the dragon hunters, the sorceress? So it's like, to be able to control the dragon, it's almost like they had to be rid of pure energy. These had to be people that had, it's like they had to, because it's almost like breaking some kind of rule, breaking some kind of force. And I feel like this was done for, well, of course, for power, but also to rule, right? So I feel like, again, with the psychic flame, I'm getting charm. Like a snake charmer, but like a dragon charmer. Why is this? I feel like I don't have the right cards, the right decks for this reading. Like, I feel like I don't have the right cards. I don't know what to use. I don't have the right cards for this reading. Okay. I'll just use tarot to break the rest down. I feel like I don't have the right cards for this reading. No, I don't. So this is giving me the energy of, it's like a lot of the dragons were spellbound, right? And part of the reason why Mother is coming is to redeem her children, right? Is to redeem her children. And I feel like this redemption is not just about the children, like earth children, like human children. It's also about literally her children that were taken, her children that were controlled, her children that were killed. And for some of you, so there's a message that was coming in after a while, a while ago about, but I was going to record that message specifically for the Light Warriors channel, because I felt like it was a Light Warriors reading and not a Light Workers reading. 4444 on the timer now. I felt like it was a Light Warriors reading, and the message was basically saying that your ancient beasts, your ancient wonderful beasts are going to ride with you again in this lifetime. And part of the message was that some of these ancient beasts that rode with you were dragons. But in this lifetime, some of them may have come across or may have come to you as like pets, like dogs or like a cat, right? And this could have been like a stray cat or a stray dog. But this is actually like the reincarnation of a familiar spirit, like literally like a dragon spirit, or like your familiar spirit, or like your familiar beast that you literally fought with. You understand? And in this lifetime, it's like, and I feel like there's a lot of dragons around in this lifetime that have reincarnated as people's pets. Like literally, you've had your it's happening. You've had your dragons literally like reincarnate and oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this, like this. Like this, right? And I feel like whew, this is very heavy, man. This is a piece of selenite just to keep the energy clear, because the energy feels very tense and heavy right now, right? So I feel like I'm feeling a lot of things. I feel like this mother's coming back or mother's return is also very much about redemption. But this redemption, I feel like it's not in a way where it's like, oh, we are like this or we didn't do this. It's a redemption that's going to happen like the Christ consciousness. It's going to happen like the Christ consciousness, where people are going to literally like be giving intelligence on dragons and giving intelligence on like ancient beasts. And it's like for everybody that taps in, for anybody that literally opens themselves up to receive the energy, they are going to be in the knowing. Because another thing that is coming through is not everybody from the dragon's lineage is going to be invited to receive the wisdom. So with this saying invited, again, like I said, now it's 555, 55 people and 32 likes. That translates to 555. Again, like I said, if you want to compare the planets to any kind of beast you know, think of Saturn as the dragon. The dragon energy is Saturn. It's a no playing around kind of energy. It's a no it's a no you can't fool me kind of energy. It's a no like you get what you give kind of energy. So I feel like it's going to be an invitation. It's like it's not going to be like everybody here you go in knowledge about dragons. No, it's almost like it's going to be an invitation. The mother is literally going to call out. It's like you're going to receive. This is going to come again for somebody. It's going to be, you're going to see yourself literally flying on a dragon or flying on a winged beast or winged animal. And again, when I say beast, I don't mean beast in a bad way. Like, I mean beast as in like, I mean, we think of beast as, something, no, but I don't mean beast like in a bad way. I'm just saying beast for lack of better words. I don't want to use like, but we're talking about dragons. Okay. Oh, well, look at that. Look who we have here, the Hierophant. And the question I was about to ask was what else we need to know about the dragon hunters. These sorcerers from ancient times who have some reincarnated back as human beings are people that are in positions of power. We have the Hierophant. We have people that are in positions of power that belong to. Oh, okay. So I was going to say that belong with the dragon hunters, but what's coming in heavy is Draconia again. Draconians. So, when I was saying we are all brothers and sisters, and it was saying lizards, snakes, dragons, salamanders, war geckos. Now let's go to the Draconians. There are people in power that have been around from ancient times. Some of these people were literally sorcerers and dragon hunters. they reincarnated into current lifetimes and new lifetimes as still hunters, but hunters of different things. So these people would hunt down humans who are light beings, who are light workers, who have ancient powers. And some of these people sit all the way up in the Vatican. In the Vatican. In the parliament houses. In the White Houses. These are people in power. Again, some of these sorcerers and dragon hunters, they are still hunting till this day. They're still hunting dragons. However, they are not hunting the physical dragons anymore. Not like back in the day like they used to. Now they are hunting those that have come back with the dragon energy. They are hunting the mother's children. Basically, they're hunting the dragons of light that are still left. And in so many cases, just like how they use sorcery to turn a lot of the dragons to make them do what they wanted or to have them do these things, it's already happening right now. It's already happening. It's already happening. It's already happening. This is supposed to be, I feel like this part is meant to be like a Light Warriors reading. And the last few days, I've been thinking a lot about what to do with the Light Warriors channel, because I keep feeling like this is not the right channel to do those messages on. But I feel like some of the messages are going to be for both. I'm going to upload them here for Soul Family and also for Light Warriors. Look at that. Look at that. Escape, freedom, release, finding solutions, options, taking control. Listen, this is the state that they've been in. This is the state that they're in also right now. This has literally been a systematic approach to gain control over this earth and to gain control over humanity. These draconian games, the games they're playing with their draconian friends, this is something that has been ongoing for eons. This is something that has been ongoing for eons. And I will tell you another story that we'll save for next time. Is the fact that when you read some esoteric text and you do some digging, you find out that when you speak of the planet Nibiru and you speak of Marduk and you speak of the extinction of Tiamat, it was alien kind external help they received. Many believe this was draconian help, right? Now, when you speak of the Draconians, right? Okay, not yet. Let's go back to the reading. So, there are people in high positions that are very much against the mother's return because they understand very well what the mother's return means to the earth. And I feel like this is the reason why it was saying we are all sisters. When it comes to, that's why it's like the snake age and then the dragon, age of the dragon and age of the snake. 2025 being the age of the snake, like you guys were explaining. And it's saying it's all connected, right? There's a similarity or there's an identification with the dragon that you can find with the snake. And it's all connected somehow, right? Now, I'll give you an example of what I mean. Again, with the Draconians. Some reptiles, right? Some reptiles are believed to eat their young, like when they give birth to them. And even some animals, right? And they are believed to do this because for some, like for instance, a cat or something like a cat, right? It would be because the cat has sensed that maybe that particular kitten is not going to survive. And so it will eat it as a base of protein to feed itself and the rest of the kittens. That's one side. Now, some reptiles eat their young purely to sustain themselves, right? To gain that nutrient. And when you speak of this, you speak of the Draconians. If you know anything about them or have read anything on them, you know that they eat their young also, right? Now, let's come down to the human, this thing. when it comes to some of our own nonsense human fellows, like some of the people sitting at the top who are very much alchemists and old ancient sorcerers dressed as human beings sitting where they are, we know that some of them eat our young. Some of them sacrifice our young. Some of them literally eat our young. And I mean like literally eat the young. And we know of that thing that they call, what's it called? What is it called? I feel like maybe if I say the name, then the flag is going to come up on this reading or something, because Spirit is not allowing me to remember the name. But it's that thing that they derive from the trauma when they torment young ones and take that substance that helps them to live longer, makes them look younger, right? Makes them not age. That thing that they take it from children. And how they take it, thank you for putting the name there. Yes, that's it. And how they take it is by traumatizing them to the point where they are literally, this is meant to be a light warriors reading. If this reading triggers you, this is not, you're not supposed to be here right now. The fact that I haven't been able to sleep and I'm so awake and I'm so pumped, and as soon as the mother mentioned dragons, under the deck was dragons, and it's almost like my energy just shot up from reading dragons. As soon as I saw dragons, my energy just shot up. Listen, there's something happening right now. What's going on, Spirit? I feel like there's something going on right now that we need to know. These people, they know what's coming. They know what's happening. They know what's coming and they know what's happening. There's something that needs to be stopped. There's something that needs to be stopped. What's going on, Spirit? What is going on? What is going on? Please tell me what's going on. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, it's happening again. It's happening again. It is happening again. We have the high priestess upside down, manipulation, cunning, trickery. These people are doing this to stop the healing that is happening. They are trying to stop the wave, and they are trying to basically maintain what they have, trying to maintain power, trying to maintain their resources, trying to preserve what they have. It's like they're doing this on a bigger scale. They're doing this right now. They have rounded up sorcerers, the high priestess upside down. They are manipulating the energy, and they are harvesting energy to do this. They are harvesting energy. They are harvesting energy. What's today's date? What's today's date? They are harvesting energy to do this. And this is basically to try and still hold on. This is basically still trying to hold. They're trying to hold on to what they have. What's today's date? What's today's date? Today is 10th. 10th June. June. What's happening on 10th June? What's happening today? They're doing something. Something is happening. I'm telling you guys, something is happening. They're trying to maintain what they still have. You see, this is supposed to be some kind of generational wealth, right? But in this case, this is something that is happening. It's like they're trying to maintain everything they've built. They're trying to secure what they've built. And they're trying to do this by stopping the collective from, it's like there's some kind of hope, some kind of healing that is happening. They're trying to stop this wave of awakening. Awakening. The National Guard is deployed. What is that? Can you tell me about that, please? National Guard is deployed. What's that? There's an illusion that's going on right now, and everybody is supporting it. Everybody is supporting it, but there's something hidden behind this. And I feel like whatever is hidden behind this, it's much bigger than we see. It's much bigger than we are. Thank you so much, the mother. This was exactly the reading that we needed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now I feel like this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Listen, Loretta, the deportations, there's something that you guys need to know about the deportation, and there's something that you guys need to know about Donald Trump. Some of you might cancel me right now, but I honestly don't give a fuck. For whoever listens also later, Donald Trump is literally being guided to make the mistakes that he's making. You guys know how the divine uses the pawns to do his bidding. The divine uses them to do what he needs them to do. The people that are being deported, this is how they will be protected. This is the only way that they will be protected. You guys need to stop. You need to stop. The people that are being deported, this is the only way they will be protected. You need to stop. You need to stop. If you need to cancel me right now, cancel me right now. I see the views dropping. Thank you. You need to stop. The reason these people are being deported, the people that are not documented, you have no idea what they use them for. There are so many people that are not documented. Those are the people that they target for the harvesting. Remember what I said about the feed on our young? The feed on the people. The feed on the people. The people that are being deported, this is the only way they are going to be protected out of America. The people that are not documented are the people that they harvest on. There are so many more people that have gone missing that you don't know about. There are so many more people that are in camps that you don't know about. And almost all of those people are people that are not documented. This is the reason why it is important for the people that are not documented to be left out. The people that are not documented, they need to leave. This is the only way that they are going to be safe. Listen, those children in elementary schools and stuff like, do you know how many? Okay, we're not going to go on about this. This is the reason why I said, listen, if you need to cancel me right now. The divine is just using Donald Trump to do what is needed to be done. The people that are being deported, you should be thankful for that. Those people have been harvested on for so long, you have no idea. So many of them go missing. Nobody ever asks because they are not even documented. Some of them become slaves. Nobody cares because they are not documented. You understand? A lot of children have gone missing. They can't trace them because their parents were not documented. They know this very well. This is why they target the people that are being deported right now. You understand? And another thing that you guys need to bring your mind to is the fact that Donald Trump might be an asshole, yes. But again, like I'm saying, he is being used to make certain mistakes for a reason. Why do you think that he came back around and the first thing he's doing is targeting all the child trafficking and the sex trafficking and the human trafficking? In a way, it is him trying to fire back at the people that try to remove him, the elite. But you will say he's also part of the elite. Yes, he is part of the elite. Again, the divine is using him to make the mistakes that he's making so that he can protect the rest of the people in America. Those people there are not safe. The only way they will be safe is when they are deported. Do you know how many Africans are not coming back? Do you know how many African men have been used, have been harvested? And I'm speaking of body harvesting. I think this video, I'm going to have to take that thing. I don't know whether it's monetization or what, take the thing on and note that this is going to be a very triggering message. You understand? Again, so many Africans, they are harvesting their body in the US. You guys, I don't know if you guys, do you know how many black women have gone missing? Even for me sitting here on the other side of the continent. You understand? You understand? So many black people's body parts are being harvested. And if you guys go and look right now, you will find out that so many black women who were found, their body was found that they were reported missing. They were found with some of their body parts missing. Some of their body parts were missing. There's a whole ring that is harvesting kidneys, livers for the elite, for the dying. And they target specifically, especially black people. I don't mean to trigger anybody. You understand? So there's something that you guys need to, this is why it says the revolution will not be televised. What is really going on, the work that is being done, you will not see it. You will not see it. I'm telling you guys. This what do we need to know, Spirit? I feel like this is meant to be I feel like this was meant to be a light warriors reading. I'm telling you guys. This was meant to be a light warriors reading. This was meant to be a light warriors reading. We have temperance, balance, peace, patience, moderation. This is what I was saying. You might look at Donald Trump and say, yeah, he's an asshole. The divine is just using him. You guys need to pay attention to the bigger picture. Your energy. The collective needs to be in balance for this balance to actually happen, because these people, they are desperately trying to maintain balance, and they have sorcerers working around the clock. They have witches and warlocks working around the clock. Some of these witches and warlocks, they are ancient. They are very, very powerful. And some of these witches and warlocks, they are hidden in plain sight, like Taylor Swift. Why am I even bringing her up? Some of these witches and warlocks are hiding in plain sight. And their magic, they use sound, frequency. Some of them use glamour magic. The models, the actresses, the ones that they work with, right? The ones that do the what you call it? That's the glamour magic. The designer lines, the all these fashion brands, they use them as puppets. The main orchestrators are the owners behind these fashion brands. So they dress them up, make them look like what you want to look like, glamour magic, and then come and sell that energy to you. So you can follow those things and tip your frequency, so you are not able to awaken to this level. Again, like I was saying, the mother is going to invite the people that she wants to awaken. She's not just going to be like, oh, hey, dragon energy, everybody that's with the dragon ninja. Because even some of our own people are part of the people that are doing this. Some of our own people are part of the people have sold out. Jeez, man. Listen. What do we need to know right now, Spirit? What do we need to know right now, Spirit? Yo, listen. So I'm just taking the messages that are catching my eye. So don't help LA protest, sis. I'm not an advisor here. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a channeler. But if you were asking for advice, I would say no. It's not to say don't help with the protest. You can help in your own way, which is going to be even more significant without being at the protest. And I'm going to show you how right now. If you want to join the protest, again, like I said, the revolution will not be televised. The things that you see, first of all, if you're going to join the protest, if you want to do it from a spiritual point, as a spiritualist, if you want to do it with your divine spirit, the safest way, the way that I feel like we're being guided to do it as spiritual practitioners, it's not going to be by you just joining a blind protest, because some of those protests are being organized by the same people that need to mark you. Everybody going for these protests, they are marking you, right? What you can do is your people that you know that are interested in going into for these protests, if you can convince you guys to do an energetic protest rather, you can sit in a circle and you can put the location of the protest or the intention of it in the middle of the circle. Hold your hands in the circle with this thing in the middle. You can even cast a salt circle if you feel like there are spiritual energies surrounding the situation. How we have these people who also deal with warlocks and wizards and sorcerers and stuff like that. You sit in a circle, you hold hands, everybody has to be with the intention and your energy has to be up. And you set energy to that intention. You start to chant and manifest the intention that you're trying to bring about. So whatever you decide to use, like for instance, Mini Chevelle, what's the LA protest about? What's the LA protest about? What's the LA protest about? And what you guys can do is to speak energetically the intention of what you want to the venue or to the space that this protest is meant to be channeled to. If you don't believe what I'm saying, or if you don't trust this, right, go ahead and try it. Try it. Go ahead and try it. See the things that can come up from using your collective energy to protest instead of using your physical strength to go and protest. Now, again, I am not an advisor. I am just a messenger. But if you were asking for an advice, that's the advice I would give. What do we need to know about what's going on, Spirit? Listen, I'm telling you, Mini Chevelle, that's your answer right there. This is what they are doing, and this is what we need to do also. Do you see these people out there protesting? Do you see them ever protest anything at the Vatican? No? Trump sent ICE to raid LA, which, you mean Trump's raid? Is it what they did? What they were trying to impeach him for? This is what they are doing, and this is what we need to do also. These people, they are not using, see, the things that they do on the physical, it's just money. The things they do on the physical, they just use money for it. But what they actually do, they don't do it in the physical. They do it in the ethers. They do it spiritually. Right? Like when you speak of the Vatican, why do you think the Vatican is infested with so many pedophiles? It's a form of sacrifice. They sacrifice their innocence. They sacrifice their innocence. And it's just like how they break the men. When you sacrifice a man's innocence in that way, you weaken his spirit and you traumatize his soul. You weaken his spirit and you traumatize his soul. This breaks this man down. This is why a lot of them have grown up to become, again, the pedophiles they are, targeting all these other children and pulpit boys. There is heavy sorcery behind it. That whole process is like a curse. Now, let's look at King James. King James was, quote unquote, a pedophile. King James was a murderer. King James was a nasty bitch, basically. But look around the world. His name literally is on top of what is believed to be the holiest book in the whole planet, on the whole planet, because he commissioned it. How does it make sense? Right? Now, when you look at the man whose face was used to portray Yeshua, let me repeat. When you look at the man whose face was used to portray the image of Yeshua, I'm speaking of Bogia's son, this guy was a tyrant. All these things that were done has created a spiritual pattern that has become a curse on the Christian faith. That has become a curse on the Christian faith. That is why every now and then you have churches burning down with people in them. Every now and then you have some kind of nonsense suicide that is happening because some priest somewhere told his congregation that the Lord said they should all kill themselves and their family. Right? This is why every now and then the Vatican is paying millions of dollars in compensation and hush money to keep people quiet about their dirty deeds. This is why every now and then the Black Pope has to sign off on a war that brings about a genocide because blood needs to be spilled. They need to keep pouring blood to keep maintaining the strength because a sacrifice was made in the first place to build the Christian foundation, which was the sacrifice of Yeshua. And this is the reason why we are put in the position and giving the 23rd and so of December to celebrate Christmas, which is meant to be Saturnalia, which is actually a pagan festival for the Romans. The same people who came about after they sacrificed Yeshua and said that their Lord Constantine has dreamt, and from the dream he had a revelation that says that Christ is real. And he then now decided to give what we call now Christianity. But let's look further deeper into that. I did a video on the Christ consciousness. I know that video pissed a lot of people off because I lost like 200 followers or so afterwards. Go and check it out if you can. I'll try and link it in this video. However, I don't know how long this particular reading is still going to be here. Anyway, so in that period, when Yeshua was killed, the followers of Yeshua became rebels. The followers of Yeshua became protesters. They would literally go to places and burn churches down. They were attacking the priests. They were attacking the church because Yeshua always told them they are not of God. The church is the enemy. And so the only thing that the church could do to save the church and also to not basically go downhill because the people were becoming more powerful was to be the ones to first come and say, hey, we're giving this to you. Now, who do you know that does this better than anybody? 54:45, that's 99 on the timer. Who do you know that does this better than anybody, if not the powers that were? So they took the stories, they took what was going on, and Constantine said, well, we have to develop a plan. Otherwise, these people, they are going to tear us down, and it's not good for politics. We need the church to stand. The church is our biggest backing, right? Okay, so now, eventually, with Constantine coming out to say this, they're like, okay, so now we accept the Christian faith. So now we are going to give you Christianity. We are going to give you something to hold in honor of your Christ that we sacrificed. Okay, so if really and truly this was what the church wanted to do, think about it. Why did they have to hide the true identity? When Constantine got the revelation of Christ, did he not see that Christ was a fucking black man? Did he not see that Yeshua was black in his revelation? Why did they systematically burn all the books that depicted the paintings of what Yeshua really looked like? Until when? Was it last year that Putin came out with the real, he went into their vault and brought out the book that had the real paintings of Yeshua and his disciples, and they were all obviously black like we've always known. Secondly, if really and truly they were trying to build the real Christian faith, why did they erase the real teachings of Christ? Why did they put aside all the real teachings of Yeshua? And why did finally Borgia decide that his son had to be the face of Yeshua? Why did the Pope or the head Pope at the time choose for his son, who was a fucking asshole, to become the face of Yeshua? Because the whole thing was a systematic approach to basically diminish the true essence of what Yeshua brought. Light, truth, love, freedom, enlightenment, and awakening. And so when, again, speaking about, well, this reading has become something else. Speaking about the protests and all those things, it's all part of the plan. Like when, who's the guy? I'm going to drop this right now. Who is this man, that the man that started the Black Lives Matter campaign? Who the billionaire, the white billionaire? Is he a millionaire or billionaire? The one who started the Black Lives Matter movement. Does anybody know him? If you don't know who he is, I'm going to write this right now. You guys know I love numbers. I love numbers. So yeah, yes, that one, that one. Thank you very much. The mother, him. So this is just like what he did. They've been doing this for ages. This is exactly like what he did, right? They developed the whole Black Lives Matter movement and say this is a movement for black people and put the faces of black people as heads and leaders when they were really the orchestrators, right? And this Black Lives Movement matter, what does this guy say about it? Profit, man. It's all profit. It's all profit. It's all marketing, right? If I want this, you also want this, but I can bring somebody else in to ruin it. You might not want it anymore, and I will earn from it or I will profit from it because I'll be able to salvage something. But the rest that is lost becomes collateral damage. And that's all the black people whose lives have been lost. You guys have no idea how many incidents that were connected to Black Lives Matter had nothing to do with the Black Lives Matter movement. Had absolutely nothing to do with it. Okay. I want to write something down, right? I'm writing this down in numbers to show you guys. If you can, just write it down and decipher it later. If you've been on this channel for over 8 months or 9 months, I'm sure you've seen me write these very numbers before. And the reason why I'm not writing it in letters for it to be very self-explanatory to everybody is because this particular content has been banned on YouTube. And it's been taken down, it's been taken off every website you can find. And the only place you can find it is the only website where this content was created for. And this content was created by a woman who was a very, very brave and courageous woman. Unfortunately, she went missing after producing this content, only to be found weeks later dead. And her death was blamed on an overdose. But I think you and I both know exactly what happened. Because the content that she released before she was abducted spoke a lot of truth, and not just truth, with evidence of what a lot of these people have been doing, including the ones that are with their draconian buddies, harvesting on children. That's fluid to keep them young and to, yeah, she reveals a lot of all those things. So, bear with me, guys. Give me a moment to transfer it into numbers. Okay, so yeah, the design on them, pedophile ring symbol, yes. They put a trigger on certain words, right? That is supposed to, I guess, I think you call it a red flag. Yeah, they put a red flag on certain words that are related to that content, including her name and multiple things also, because again, I think we know the reason why. Y, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Did you say what's her name? I have this one moment. So her name, I don't want to mention the name because it's like there's like red flags on specific things, but she's actually like an award-winning author and researcher. She's like she was like a very she was like and her name starts with a J. Her name starts with a J. And yeah, it's a J O. Her whole initial is J and O, right? So A B C. Okay, so we have 6133 66 286 31213. Now, if you know this content, you're going to be able to get it easily. You're going to be able to recognize it easily. So, all right, here we go. Okay, so here we go. 613366 31213. So 6133. This is pure numerology. So if so okay, so in numerology, right? To get how do I say it? So like for instance, what you can do is write the alphabet, right? So A, B, C, D, E, E, F, G, H, and so on, right? And then just do this. This is a way to break numerology down if you're trying to like decode something like this. It's quite easy. So A would be 1. My handwriting is kind of fucked up because I'm trying to like type whilst looking on the screen. Okay, so do you guys get it? So F would be 6, and then it continues like that: 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it continues till the last alphabet, right? Okay, so let's say J is 10. In numerology, you basically take the energy individually, right? It's usually when it comes to like messages and downloads and angel numbers that you do the whole putting them together. But when you want to pick out the energy, so basically you add everything together and it's left with 1 to represent whatever number it is. So in this sense, J would be 1 because 10 is 1 plus 0. Let's do another one. I, J, K, and L. So this would be 11 and this would be 12. Let's do 12 because there's 12 in, right? So in this case, let's say we're looking at L. The number for L would be what? 1 plus 2, which would be what? 3. But you might need to be a bit careful also, because another thing that can give you number 3 is what? Multiple 3s, like 1, 1, 1. But in this case, because it's the alphabet, you don't get to 100 plus something, right? Okay, fine. So basically, this is it. To get this, just follow the alphabet. The ones that are double numbers, join them, and the single number, for instance, L, will be this. Now, anybody that knows that content, I'm sure you know it by now, but just write these down and try and decipher it if you think you'd like to. But there's a lot of information there. A lot of information. And that poor, courageous, light being, she lost her earthly body for it. But we all know she's going to a better place. All right. Now, okay. Let's see what else we need to know. I don't know why something just came at me right now. This has to do with Dubai. A few months ago, I made a post asking if you guys wanted me to do a reading on something specific. And it says Operation Blackwater. I was stopped from doing that reading, even though a lot of people said we should go ahead and do that reading. Spirit literally blocked me from doing that reading. It's almost like it wasn't allowing me to do that reading. But the last few weeks, it's been coming up again. And I got confirmation when a sister that I read for asked me about Dubai, because she was thinking of making a move there. And then the fact that she asked me and how I felt about it gave me the confirmation that I needed to put this reading out. And it has to do with Operation Blackwater and the clones. Operation Blackwater, clones, and military. There's something going on with the US and with the Dubai, where I don't know what Operation Black Force is exactly, but it's something that I heard from my dream. Like I woke up from a dream state and that was what was basically repeating in my mind. Blackwater, Blackwater. So I went on Google to find out what Blackwater was. And it led me to UAE. And apparently Blackwater is some kind of like operation, like it's Blackwater there was only one Blackwater that made sense in the search. And it was a private contracting company where it's like private contractors, where you know how they say like private military contractors, like military men, but like they're privately contracted, some type shit like that. We'll get into that later. But I feel like there's something going on right now that with Babylon and Dubai, where they are working on this together. And this has to do with the army. This has to do with military. And we know who has the biggest military force in the world. And we know who has, I don't know, should we say the most money? Which countries? UAE is one of those. So when you look back at, for instance, what happened with how the US became the superpower it is now, it was because the British basically groomed them. And how did they do that? Through war. Through war. America became America, or America became great through war. The war, they supplied weapons, they armory, America. That's how they became great. Britain had the money, the others had the money, America had the weapons, and you can say the guts. This is kind of like the same scenario. UAE and America are cooking up a very sinister operation involving the military, and I have a heavy feeling that it's going to be US military forces being sent there, not in the way that the military usually sends there, like they're going to. No, this is very different. This is very, very different. This is different. This is some kind of a project where it's like literally building this. So the Operation Blackwater, even how I found the site, it was just mind-boggling to me. Why are we speaking about this right now? Okay. I'm going to leave this for later, guys. Let me get back to the reading. I don't know why my brain is going there right now, but maybe... What else, Spirit? It's time to use your magic is what I'm hearing. It's time to use your magic. It's time to use your magic. And maybe this is the reason why Mother is coming down, because you need to be shown how to use your magic. And again, it's like now I have chills all over my body. The kind of magic that you wield, the kind of magic that you have, if it was awakened within you just like that without a guide, again, remember this card? It's going to be catastrophic. It's going to be catastrophic. You're going to be like a baby dragon who just made their first fire breath. You're going to be going about poof, 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 puffing fire on everything and everybody. And so it's like, it's very important for Mother to be around, because this is so much power and so much strength, force. It's like so much power. I'm feeling too much right now. I feel like I'm feeling too much. Maybe these days I'm feeling just way too much. I'm feeling way too much. What else, Spirit? Sheesh. It's like I feel like there's some kind of like music playing in my head and I don't even know what music it is. And I feel like this energy is taking me on a cruise. It's like I'm going through so many different... Act 743. 743. That's 7. 7 plus 7, 14. That's 1 4. 1 plus 4, 5. The cycle is closing, and something else is closing. They are doing something and they have a slim window. They have a slim window. They have a slim window. And I feel like there's something they're trying to do with trying to heighten what they were already doing. It's like they're trying to heighten what they were already doing. Nancy, dear Nancy, thank you for being here. Thank you for the energy. I do get what you're trying to say, but when you try to pull on the energy to push through what you're trying to say, it kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say it kind of irritates me, but let's just say it kind of irritates some of my spirit guides. Yeah. And this is the best I can do, is to be truthful and honest about how I'm feeling right now, right? I appreciate what you're doing. It's great what you're doing, but not right now. Not right now. Part of the things that we're speaking about right now are some of the things that resulted in what is happening with Palestine. Yeah, not right now. Yep, I'm telling you, it's happening. It's happening. A cycle is closing out. Listen, I feel like this energy has been a disruptor on its own. This energy has been a disruptor on its own and has already caused a lot of chaos, right? I know one of that chaos is the Vatican's death, the Pope's death. Wow, I just said the Vatican's death. I love to hear that. It's the Pope's death, right? And I remember I did a reading on the Light Warriors channel about how a petition had been signed in spirit for certain pawns to be taken out. And then I think 2 days later was when the Pope died. And apparently, as part of his last actions before death, he exposed a lot of documents and evidence of how a lot of the popes had molested children, right? And I feel like this was basically his one last token to humanity of the least that he could do for humanity, because he had kept quiet about so many things. But that, for instance, was one of the things that was already public awareness, not public awareness, like public knowledge, but it wasn't really stamped. Like, people know about this, but it's like nothing had ever been done about it, right? Now, that's the Vatican, the Pope dying is one cycle that brought things about faster, because the Pope didn't die a natural death. He was unalived by you know who, his own people. He was unalived by his own people. And that caused their timeline to become even slimmer. Because the reason why they had to unalive him is the same reason they unalive a lot of them, right? Why? He was becoming a whistleblower, basically. He was beginning to really, he knew he was coming to an end and his consciousness was kicking in. So yeah, the Schumann resonance has been spiking because of the solar codes. The solar codes. I don't know why I keep laughing about certain things. The solar codes and the Schumann resonance. I don't know if you have seen that reading, but I think in one of my last readings, I mentioned that when after this, like what the last full moon, there was going to be a lot of communication, especially through sound waves, and there was going to be a lot of communication from the others, some our people. The Schumann resonance and the spiking, it's all connected to that. And this is what I wanted to say. That window that is closing, that cycle that is coming to an end, this is because a lot of different spiritual energies have also been working against them. You see, like these downloads we receive, they don't come from just us. These are literally spiritual insights and insights from source that we receive to counteract what's going on. Just like how I am a messenger here, there are people out there that are literally like in the danger zone. I'm talking about spies. I'm talking about agents of light. These people are literally in the danger zone. Like they go into the lions, do the heavy lifting. You understand? Me, I'm just sitting here on this side with my cards and my phone. There are people that are literally armed with like firearms and stuff like that are going into dangerous places to save children that have been abducted, to break apart things that are being, put together to ruin humanity. There are people that are doing heavy occult work and heavy occult magic to block the sorcerers, that some of these politicians use. So, Scene Dan is saying, I just woke up from a nightmare. That's the reason why I couldn't sleep, because there's a nightmare waiting. I hope there was a message that you picked from that nightmare, whatever it was, and I hope that you're feeling okay. I need something on the Schumann resonance. What is this that we're getting? So, just to back what I was saying concerning the download that came through, the Schumann resonance and the spiking, it's not all Schumann resonance. Like I said, remember there was the reading about the space rocket or so? Yeah. Meteorological satellite. A lot of the things that are being picked up, the satellites are not just picking up flares. They are picking up rockets and ships also. They are picking up rockets and ships also. They are picking up rockets and ships also. Seeing then, the reason why you are seeing this, the reason why you were allowed to see it, is because you have a role to play in saving some of these people. You have a role to play in saving some of these people. If you're listening, close your eyes for a minute. Close your eyes for a minute. Yes, I myself had one of these dreams just a few days ago. And it was a demon-like person, a monster-like person, and it was actually red. It was like a red devil-like monster with a tail that had a spike kind of like on it. Like it literally was a red demon with a tail and a spike. And it was chasing people through like different kind of like rooms and stuff like that. And at some point, I had to be courageous. I was like, no, we can't keep running around like this. It's going to get all of us. So it's like I had to like go down like 2 stairs down. I didn't even know how I did it. But I managed to like use a different route to get over it and down the stairs 2 flights down, right? And eventually, as I was able to get down, I went into a corner, and it's like I took my phone, and funny enough, the people I was trying to speak to was a collective on the channel. And then somebody picked their phone, and then they said, look, Soul Family Oracle has posted something. We are going where she is. It was like, look, Soul Family Oracle has posted, we are going where she is. Saying then, you are meant to help these people. The reason why you are being shown but wasn't taken is because you are one of the protectors. You are one of the protectors. If you're seeing, again, especially with the red car, if you're seeing something like that, like a red demon, a red car, like a red something being attacking you, attacking other people, and you're seeing this, you are meant to help them. This is happening also in the physical. You are meant to be some kind of a guide. You are meant to be some kind of a spiritual warrior. Tap into that energy. Tap into that energy. What was mine is theirs now. That will be your power if you don't reclaim it. That will be your power if you don't reclaim it. Okay, so I feel like this is basically, like how I was saying, I haven't been able to sleep, right? Okay, signed in. Yeah, so let's tap out of that energy right now. I hope you're feeling much better right now. I hope you're feeling much better right now. But again, if you are getting these kind of dreams, it means you have a role to play in saving these people. And for anybody that's dreaming about like zombie apocalypse and all those things, like when it happens and you're running and you realize that you're running, stop. Ask yourself why you're running. That's how I broke myself free of nightmares. And this was like years ago. I used to have dreams of like apocalypse and like people chasing me, and even like with past life dreams of like, like dungeons and like people in prisons and stuff like that. And one day I was just like running. We were running from zombies, and I was like, why am I running away from these things? It's like they're already dead. Why am I running away? So I turned around. I was like, bitch, bring it on. Let's have a fight. And that was it. It was like that day I reclaimed my power that day. That day it was like I became my true self. And that was it. Okay, now I feel like I really just like veered off and went somewhere else. But honestly, I don't mind. I actually don't care. So I'm just going to carry on with the reading anyhow it comes. And anything that I feel called to delve into, we're just going to delve into it. Oops, my table is on fire. My table is on fire. Like literally the dragon's blood is burning my table. 1 second, guys. I think I'm about to set this whole house on fire. Wow, there's so much smoke in here right now. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I had to put that out. What? No, but that's not funny. This is actually dangerous. You guys know I'm on a retreat. And on this retreat, I mean, I took this apartment on Airbnb. I don't want to get into trouble for burning the house down. 5555 on the timer. That's like major change, right? I was about to be the catalyst to the redecoration of this apartment. Like literally, I was about to be the catalyst to the what do you call it? To the renovation of this lovely place. Okay, let's get back to the reading. Okay. What else, Spirit? Ace of Cups. Where was I, Spirit? The portals, the cycle. Okay. So I was saying something about a portal had been closed or a portal was closing. Something was closing. And so it's like whatever is being done right now or whatever these people are joining up or orchestrating is an attempt to not have that cycle come sooner. Is an attempt to basically stop what is already trying to happen. With this new beginning, new relationships, new romance, I feel like this is something that is meant to basically like start something that is going to take people's energy, take people's like emotional energy. This is something to do with emotional intelligence. This is something to do with emotional intelligence. And I feel like this has to do with something to do with the media also. It's going to be something like for instance, I don't know, like even with something like with what's happening with Palestine, right? All these things are sacrifices that are done to lower the collective vibration. So now you're going to have a lot of people that are enraged, and you're going to have a lot of people that are sad, and you're going to have a lot of people that are disconnected, and a lot of people that are distracted, right? All these things it's like, so again, these people, we're not dealing with flesh and blood. These people are working on a spiritual thing. This is like a spiritual thing they're doing. So with the wish fulfillment, I feel like this is going to be something about desires also. It's like it's going to be preying on something, preying, like PRE. There's something that is being developed to prey on something. And this is going to be, in a way, this is going to be something like, well, this is meant to bring them some kind of achievement. With the world card, world control, world power. I feel something coming. Is this to do with the money? Is this to do with the money? Because with stability and security, oh my goodness. It's to do with families. This is to do with families. There's something that is going to be done, or something that is going to be enrolled, or they're trying to enroll. But this is to do with families. And I feel like this is to do with breaking up families. This is to do with breaking up families. You know, this makes so much sense because I've been getting a heavy divine masculine, divine feminine energies these days. I've posted only a few readings because I'm like, I feel like this is a bit much, but there's a lot of divine masculine and divine feminine messages that have been coming through. And I feel like this specifically speaks of the divine unions with the emotional intelligence. Sin just said 12:12. With the emotional intelligence and the Ace of Cups. And now we have the 10 of Cups. They're trying to target the divine unions. Part of this is going to target divine unions. Divine unions. So there's something about, see, listen, I feel like this is something that was already being done. Now, when you look at the American system, the family system, I was being told just a few weeks ago how at some point the women were being offered like jobs and money and homes and stuff like that if you keep the man out. But like men weren't being offered it. And for instance, to be able to keep your home, you had to sign a document that says like no man is going to live with you, or like you're not married and stuff like that. And so people would like have to hide their spouses and stuff like that. And a lot of women were literally left to be on their own. So I feel like in a way there's something about this emotional intelligence and Ace of Cups coming up. There's something that is trying to be enrolled, or this, whatever it is they're trying to do, there's some kind of disruption that they're trying to bring to divine unions. Because I feel like right now there's a lot that is dependent on divine unions right now. Because there's a certain level of mastery and a certain level of power that individually we can't tap into unless we are in our divine union. And you know, this is very funny because this is exactly how Tiamat's breakdown happened. The reason why Tiamat decided to basically wage war on her own children for what they had done was because they had become terrorists of planet. They were terrorizing like other beings and other things in the the space, the atmosphere, whether galaxies or whatever I want to call it. And Abzu is known to be the divine counterpart of Tiamat, right? And when you speak of like the creation of the different planets, right, or certain things in the galaxies, now again, like I say, some of these things you need to use your discernment or go and find some esoteric text to get those information from, right? But it speaks of the union of Tiamat and Abzu basically being the fresh waters and the salty waters mixing, and over time that mixture bringing about different planets and creations. And these same planets, who would now be the children of these, started to terrorize the other things in creation, in the galaxies. Absu became very upset about this and said this was not supposed to happen. Like they were not supposed to be terrorizing other beings in the galaxies and stuff like that. And so they plotted to eliminate Absu. And they actually did. This is what enraged Tiamat to her primordial form, the dragon, and in her rage from her being, she created other forms of herself to go and seek justice because they had broken up the divine union. This is just like when the story of how Ra created Sekhmet from one of his eyes because he had to, it's almost like he made his fury into a person, something like that, right? So basically, this is like what happened with Tiamat. My goodness. So I feel like basically it's like a repetition. Now everything is making sense why it started with the dragon energy. It's like this is repeating itself. How they are doing it again, because another thing is a lot of the divine masculines right now are high priestesses, and a lot of the a lot of the divine feminines right now are high priestesses, and a lot of the divine masculines are warriors, spirit warriors, right? And it spoke of how these the dragon hunters were using alchemy, right? And were using sorcery. Now, can you think of a more powerful couple or a more powerful duo to take them down than a high priestess and a spiritual warrior? This is the reason why the divine unions are being attacked. And it's like they know. They know. They know. This is one of the reasons why they don't speak of Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene was the beloved of Yeshua, right? Mary Magdalene was the beloved of Yeshua. And Mary Magdalene played a fundamental role in the continuation of the Christ consciousness. Mary Magdalene was in some ways the right hand of Yeshua. And even in parts of the Bible, she is called his beloved. In those times, for someone to be called the beloved of another meant that they were literally their beloved, like they were together. You understand? So it's like this. It's like this separate. This thing that is. It's like. Can I get more into this, please? Can I get more into this, please? There's something about. You know, I don't know why I'm getting this, right? But I think that what I'm getting is like sometimes I feel like some of the military people that are deployed, they are handpicked. Like certain people are deployed. It's almost like somehow they know. But some of these people are deployed to kind of like reduce the security and the protection in their homes. So this thing is connected to a lot, you know. This thing is connected to a lot that I feel like I don't even understand to a certain level, some of these things. Overburdened. I'm telling you guys, it's like they remove the masculine so to bring a certain burden on the feminine, or the feminine to bring a certain burden on the masculine. But it's like this is just meant to be some kind of distraction. So again, this is why it's like there's a cycle that has closed or a cycle that is closing. So it's like it's almost like this is like plan B or plan C for these guys. This is like plan B or plan C. Targeting these energies, like targeting like the emotional intelligence, because you see, another thing that is able to allow some of these things to happen in the world is because so many people lack emotional intelligence. So many people lack emotional intelligence. People are run down by it's like people are run down by social media and mediocre things and just things that are sometimes just unnecessary. You know, just like unnecessary. But it's like right now there's something going on where they're trying to gather as many low vibrational people as possible, or like as many like Like l- people who are like less emotionally intelligent. Something is like to dump people's emotional intelligence, because this is bringing about some kind of disconnection, and I feel like the divine unions play a big role in this, because there's been some heavy people that have been reborn or have reincarnated, that when they remember who they are and they come into union with their crew, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Like for instance, I know like when I finally come in contact and in union with my crew, and we start to do like for instance the light circle and start to like feed energy all around the world, it's going to be something else. But I myself have to be prepared. Like I have to be on top of my game, in the sense that like I have to be vibrationally aligned. Like my frequency has to be high. So this is just like that. They know what's happening. And another thing is, it's like I'm getting something about time travel, but not time travel per se. It's like there are some people that are part of their crew or part of their group. These people have the ability. Do you guys remember the reading I did a few weeks ago about, I think a month ago, about like people with certain gifts that were being, like people were certain gifts were being awakened in people, and one of those gifts were timeline creators, right? These people are similar to timeline creators, but they don't create the timelines, even though they can, right? It's like they're able to see. So they have people in their group, just like how they have sorcerers and witches and warlocks. They have people that are able to see into the future timelines. And the information they receive, they come back and they work on this. They work on it with the information they receive. Now they plan accordingly. So they know exactly what to do, or they put certain things in place because they know what to expect. And this is part of the reason why, for instance, you have somebody like that guy whose name starts with S, who orchestrated the whole Black Lives Movement thing. It's like to reduce people's emotional intelligence. So instead of people really looking at it from a critical point where they're like, yeah, we see what's going on, but there are a lot of different ways that we can do this. We can still maintain a high vibration and put our point across. They come in with the Black Lives Movement and corrupt everything. So now they are, instead of preaching how it should be or how the liberation is going to be achieved, they're preaching hatred, they're preaching rage. And this is lowering people's emotional intelligence. Something like that is an example. So again, this is what I was saying. Some of these things and the people that they are working with, it's not just people that are hiding behind the scenes. It's not just people that are wearing cloaks. Some of these are people that are in plain sight, like musicians, politicians, priests. Other spirits. Look, we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Transition and routine. I'm telling you guys, they are trying to transition to calmer waters. They are trying to transition to calmer waters. Influencers. Thank you very much. Influencers. Be mindful what you're being sold. Knight of Pentacles and Six of Swords. They are trying to create whatever this plan is, this new routine is, or whatever this plan B or plan C is. This is their idea of basically going to calmer waters. This is their idea of going to calmer waters. But it's too late. Mother is coming, and she's coming to collect. And she will collect. Some of the things I'm hearing, I don't know if it's appropriate to say right now. telling you, look, not only is mother coming, the divine unions are also coming. The divine unions, the children that mother bred for this moment, for this fight, is also coming. The divine unions that they're trying to stop, it's not happening. The divine unions are coming into being. This lovers energy, I'm telling you guys, soulmate, people are coming into union that are going to fight the system. People are being put into union that are going to fight the system. And this, look, I'm telling you guys, look at what we have. Standing your ground. 6 of Wands. We are doing this. We are doing this. We are doing this. Nothing is going to stop this. Listen, nothing is going to stop this. The high priest, the high priestesses are going to be so empowered by their spiritual warrior partners, by their spiritual warrior divine feminines and masculines. And the spiritual warrior divine feminines and masculines are going to be so nurtured and guided, protected also by their high priest and high priestess divine feminine and divine counterparts. This has been the biggest fear. And what I'm getting is, this is not even a fear that is generating from right now. This has been a long-standing fear for the divine unions to come together. Because when the divine unions come together, it's just like Apsu and Tiamat. It's a creation of a whole world. It's a creation of planet. It's a whole creation. The power that the energy of divine unions hold can break any hold. It can break anything. This is the reason why they don't want this to happen. This is the reason why they don't want this to happen. I just heard and I feel like you, and I just heard right now and I feel like you know this already. I feel like you know this already. T.A. Khalil, let's put you in timeout for the rest of the day. Oh, okay. So that's the reason why I'm saying I feel like you already know this. Okay, so we're going back to the main energy. We're going back to the main energy. Thank you, Spirit. You know, sometimes my spirit guys have to come in and guide me and be like, okay, madam, it's enough. Let's move on. Let's move on. You've been here for a while. Let's move on. Because sometimes I tend to talk too much and sometimes I kind of zone out. So it's good to have them to keep me in check. We have Ocean's Muse. Ocean's Muse, water's wisdom, intuition, hermit light, discovery. I feel like this is what the mother is bringing in. I feel like this is what that mother energy is bringing in. This is... So none of us are sleeping. At this point, I don't think I'm sleeping either. It's been 2 hours. It's like 5 a.m. already. This is the energy that the mother is bringing in. Again, like I said, that wisdom. The wisdom that's coming in, this is ancient wisdom. And you know, like I was saying, Tiamat, the planet born from water, the wisdom, it's in water. It's almost like I feel like you're going to be put in some kind of cocoon and like just like brought out again. It's almost like you're going to be fed that water. Remember I was saying about the water where Abzu and Tiamat is fresh water and salt water. They came together to mix, and then there was the other planet, water's wisdom. Ocean's Muse. We are the muse. The muses that have come from that union. And you know, the union of those two waters, oh man, I I feel like I don't have the right decks. I wish I had a picture of this thing. When you look at the esoteric text, when you look at ancient texts, right? The picture that depicts Abzu and Tiamat's union, it's literally like the yin and yang, but not the yin and yang. It's like the yin and yang going up the tree of life. And you can see the waters. It's like the yin and yang going up the tree of life. So waters are very significant. Waters, wisdom. And we all know, or if you know, the primordial waters represents the creation of all things, because we believe that water gave birth to all things, or all things were born from water, right? And that is why we for instance, we know like the ocean contains the most unexplored, the biggest unexplored, part of the world is covered with water. We have no idea the things that are in water. The dragons also, they came from water. The dragons came from water. Wow. The tree of life will be significant to somebody. Maybe do a meditation with the tree of life. Do a meditation, I don't know, if like staring at the tree of life, or there's something about the tree of life that will be revealed to you. Maybe the root of the tree of life specifically. Take it how it resonates, but if you're going to do this, do it for everything. Don't do it for just the root. But I feel like there's something coming in about the tree of life and the root of the tree of life. Vanessa Hopkins, greetings. Greetings, sis. Salt water is the best electrical conductor. Yeah, salt water. Oh, talk about salt water and electric. The number of times I've almost been fried in my house, it's one of the reasons why the number of times I was almost fried in my house, like the apartment I live in right now, not this place. Like, obviously I'm on a retreat in an Airbnb. But my home, back at home, the number of times I almost got fried because of salt and electricity. We live by the beach, and I work with salt a lot. And like when I do salt baths and stuff like that, story for another day. What do we have? Secret sciences, spirit world. Oh my goodness. Now I see why the divine wanted us to come back to this card, because mother wasn't done speaking. Mother wasn't done speaking, but I had just way too much to say. Secret sciences, it says spirit world, messages, assistance, memories. This is just like what the beginning of the message said. This is the beginning of the message. It's like there's messages going to be coming through, assistance and memories. Memories are coming back. Memories are coming back. This is what I was saying. For whoever this message resonates with, if you receive memories, remembrance of what happened with the primordial mothers, it's going to be very traumatic. It's going to be very traumatic. Like when I came into the knowing of Tiamat, like I cried. I cried so hard. I cried so hard. I felt like, oh my goodness, I felt like my heart was like being ripped out. I felt so sad and I was so angry, and I just cried and cried and cried. And I was just like, why? But yeah. Telekinesis, influence, willpower, control, obstacles. This is what you're being made into. See, we've spoke of influencers. You are going to be some kind of influencer. Whoever I'm speaking to, again, whoever this message resonates with, you are going to be receiving the invitation to. Like I was saying, this is so. It's almost like this is an invite only event. This is an invite only event, because again, the revolution will not be televised. The revolution is not going to be. It's not going to be like a mass hysteria. It's not going to be. Yeah. It's going to be done in ways like it was done in the ancient times when there was no technology. Even though technology is going to play a big role, technology is ours to use also. But with this one, I feel like you are being given some kind of influence. And with this, it's like your willpower is going to be increasing again. With this thing that is being unlocked in you, this fireball that is within you that is going to be released, oh, you are definitely going to have a lot of willpower. And you will definitely have a lot of control. You will have control because what? Mother is going to be coming to assist you. So I feel like this is the reason why it's saying like literally a mother dragon. This is no play for. This is not on our level to be just jumping into. We're going to need mother's guidance, right? And again, assistance and memories. I feel like part of the memories is going to be you remembering things that like powers and spiritual gifts that are connected to your dragon energy or your dragon lineage. I'm hearing again, you know this. So what don't we know? What don't we know? What don't we know, Spirit? Tell me what we don't know. What don't we know? It says a lot. We don't know a lot. I understand that we don't know a lot. I know we don't know a lot. What can you tell us about the things that we don't know concerning this? I just want to know the things we don't know concerning this. Just what we can know right now. Come on, give me something. Give me something. What don't we know? I want what we don't know, not what we already know. Please give me what we don't know. Florida waters. Natural form, enchanted potion, red roses, cleansing. Oh my goodness. We spoke of natural form. We spoke of natural form. And we spoke of the spiritual gift. Talk about what we don't know. Somebody here, part of your magic is making potions. Part of your magic is working with water and working with herbs. But the heightening of this magic is when you put all those things together. When you put all those things together, remember what it said about your natural form. It says, Mother will only recognize you in your natural form. In your natural form. It's going to be like an ancestral veneration. So I was asking about what we don't know. For some of you, somebody's natural form is some kind of like earth spirit. Somebody's natural form is an earth spirit, and somebody's natural form is a water spirit. Somebody's natural form is an earth spirit, and somebody's natural form is a water spirit. Look at what we have under the deck. Snake skin. It's time to shed this earthly skin and embrace your spiritual nature, your spiritual skin. I'm telling you, somebody is an earth spirit. Like you are literally an earth spirit. Like your natural form is an earth spirit. And for somebody, your natural form is like a water goddess, like water. What else don't we know? Okay, so if you have a dream where you are seeing like, because I'm getting this mirror is coming up. If you have a dream where you see like you're looking at yourself in the mirror, but you look like some kind of like a spirit or like an entity or something, don't be scared. This just might be you seeing who you are in the past life as like your true self, your natural form, right? This could be you seeing past lives, or true forms. Don't be scared if something like that happens, unless you feel like that is not you in the reflection of the mirror. 22444, as I just said that. What else don't we know, Spirit? Oh my goodness. Wow. 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 What else don't we know? Drawing down the sun, wildfire, divine masculine, magnificent, witness. So, there is dual energies living within you. I'm hearing a split, twins, dual energy, split, twins. Whoever I'm speaking to, just like Tiamat and Abzu, you have some kind of a twin flame or an ancient counterpart. Drawing down the sun, you need to find this counterpart. You need to find, or this counterpart needs to find you, or you need to find, oh my goodness, look at that, 22. I'm telling you. And we have 51 people and 66 likes. That's 666 right there. 666, it's not about, that's like very balanced energy also. 666 speaks of peace, speaks of reunions, speaks of get-togethers, speaks of love, speaks of blooming. You understand? Wow. So another thing we don't know, drawing down the sun, wildfire, divine masculine, there's this dual energy, right? But it's like the other side is not complete because there is a divine masculine or divine feminine that is needing to be part of this. Is needing to be part of this. It's almost like the mother is coming back. It's like she wants to show how it was all done. It's like, and I'm getting primordial mothers also heavily. It's like it's with an S. It's like the primordial mothers. It's like they want to come and show how it was done. Listen, we already had the Lover's card to confirm that the powers that were, they're trying to disrupt, what do you call it, divine unions, because divine unions are going to be in the way of their thing, right? And I feel like this is just like what they did in the US, how they separated the men from their families. You understand? So I feel like this is basically saying that you are strong on your own. You are strong on your own with this wildfire. Because whatever this wildfire is, I feel like it's that fireball I've been talking about. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yes. I feel like this wildfire, it is that fireball that we've been talking about. That power and that strength. And I feel like this is saying that you have it. However, just like what the message says, there's a need for emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is required to win this war. And this emotional intelligence involves your divine counterpart. So, if you are somebody where, let's say, like for instance, you don't believe you have a divine, no, you don't think that you are going to be able to align with your divine counterpart because your divine counterpart is not in alignment. This wildfire energy, this fireball energy is going to be giving you enough strength to do this. But again, emotional intelligence is required, which means that you will have to nurture and draw out your divine masculine energy. Your divine masculine energy, right? And this is where I feel like the spiritual warrior is going to come out. So for somebody, you are not just a high priestess. You are literally a high priestess and a spiritual warrior. You are both light worker and light warrior. And so there's something about, if you are going to have to draw down the sun. For drawing down the sun, some of you, this is literally you finding your divine masculine or your divine feminine. And how do you find your divine masculine or divine feminine? By living in your true authentic self, by following your passions, and by using your creative spiritual skills, because all those are like little nudges. It's like beep, 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 beep. It brings you closer to your divine counterpart, right? It's like, you see, when you have the metal tester, this metal machine, right? It's like, you have to go, and then as you get closer to like the metal, it's like beep, beep, and it's like beep, 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 continuously when you get to it. I feel like this is something like that. So the more you're being yourself, the stronger the signal becomes for your divine counterpart to find you, right? That is if they themselves are also operating in the right frequency or operating in alignment. So that is why I feel like it was coming through as if your divine masculine is not in alignment, it's almost like you're going to have to draw out the divine masculine in you. This is just like what Tiamat, wow. This is just like what Tiamat did. When her divine masculine, when Abzu was eliminated, she had to bring out the divine masculine in her to bring about that order, instead of just being like a mother, like, oh my God, look at what my children have done, but they're my children, so I mean they're destroying the rest of the planet, and now they've destroyed Abzu, nah, you will have to draw out that divine masculine energy. She was like, no, you are not going to destroy the rest of the planet just because of who you are. I am going to bring order and justice to you. So I feel like for some of you, this dual energy is basically saying that you have a dual energy just like your masculine does, right? So in a case where this doesn't come about physically, you are going to have to do it energetically. And I feel like you can. It's like you have the, yeah. This is already there. This is already there. That wildfire, that fireball. It says buy and blessings, security, the hermit, expansion, stability. Oh my goodness. Wait, do you guys remember the tree of life symbolism? This is giving me that energy again, right? Bayan blessings. And I feel like this case, it's saying that you are the Bayan blessing. It's like, remember at the bottom of the deck in the beginning of the read, it was the dragon and it says great treasure or great fortune, uncovering great fortune or something like that, right? I feel like this is that energy coming about, but this is saying that you, you, this is what you're doing, or this is what you're going to be doing. This is what you're going to be doing. It's like the tree of life, right? And then there's something about the tree of life. There's a saying about the tree of life. It says that the tree of life only grows where the sun shines. The tree of life only grows where the sun shines. Look at the sun. And I feel like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Look, guys, look, look, look. Look at this. Look, just pay attention. I feel like I'm about to go crazy right now, but just stay with me. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the saying again. The tree of life only grows where the sun shines. The tree of life only grows where the sun shines. Drawing down the sun. Drawing down the sun. And I just said a while ago, the need to what? Meditate on the tree of life. This is it. Because you need to draw out the sun. The tree of life only grows where the sun shines. You are needing to draw down the sun. This divine masculine energy, it's not just the divine masculine energy, like this divine energy, this fiery energy is going to basically bring about the blessings, because it's going to let the tree of life regrow. And I feel like this tree of life is talking about the tree of life in each human being, the tree of life in humanity, the tree of life of the planet, the tree of life in each person. My alarm just came on and it's 5:50 a.m. The tree of life. So we're drawing down the sun, and you see the sun up there. I'm telling you, somebody needs to, maybe all of us need to meditate with the tree of life, as a matter of fact. What do you guys think about collective meditations, like group meditations? I've been thinking about doing group stuff for a while now, but I haven't really like planned it out, and I don't want it to be all over the place, and I don't want to be disorganized with it. And my Virgo moon is trying to make me a perfectionist when I'm just trying to go with the flow. And my Cancer energy won't allow me to just keep it out of my heart, because my heart is like, oh, but the collective, let's do this together. Let's do this. So I don't know. What do you guys think about a group meditation? I love that. It says, get out of the darkness and be the light. This sounds like drawing down the sun. This sounds like drawing down the sun. And these blessings, it's like this is its flourishing. The tree of life growing again. I had to drop phone and run outside. I was hearing one of my records. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, sorry. I don't, that's not funny. I've been waiting. Oh, yeah, okay. Wait, I'm sorry. I hope your raccoon is okay. Because that sounds, that sounds terrible. Sorry. Yeah. So, okay, so yeah. Um, Group meditations. We can do group meditations. I think the only collective group I have right now is for women only. It's called the Goddess Rising. The group is called Goddess Rising, but it's for women's only. So I think um I might have to create a new one so everybody can be part of it because that side is just it's just women. Or shall we just do this as the women to start? Fake off, fake off, fake off. I'm just kidding, but like I don't know. I don't know. Not that I'm trying to exclude the divine masculines. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. So yeah, I'm going to put that together and then share it with you guys, and then we can discuss on it later to see how best we can do it as a collective where we are all able to participate or able to join in. Mother, don't be mean. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. You know, some of our divine masculines still have a long way to go, but they're trying. You know, they're really trying. And some of them are really like doing great things. As you know, some of our divine masculines are doing better than some of our feminines, I won't lie. But it's like a few, but you know, they are there. They are there, you know. Except, you know, they still have a lot of dealing and a lot of baggage to deal with when it comes to the heart. This is where I feel like the emotional intelligence comes in, right? But a lot has been done to, you know, yeah. So yeah, this is going to be exciting. That's the reason why men are hard. Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. Why? Did you just do the Mojojo laugh? No, why? You did the Mojojo laugh. Like I don't know if you know Mojojo from Powerpuff Girls. He's my funniest villain, and I love Powerpuff Girls. So like, you did the laugh. This is the second time somebody from the Soul Tribe has done the Mojojo. Oh, mother, you're just a villain wannabe. You're not an actual villain. You're a villain wannabe. You are a villain wannabe. Okay. What is it? Oh, it's Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls is Powerpuff Girls. It's a TV show. It's a cartoon TV show, and I think it was shown on Cartoon Network. I mean, here we watched it on Cartoon Network, right? And Powerpuff Girls, in the Powerpuff Girls, they're basically like these three, so they are the Powerpuff Girls. Whoa, it's 555 on the timer. So that's the Powerpuff Girls, right? And then Mojo Jojo is like their sworn villain. Mojo Jojo is always trying to destroy something, or he's trying to take over the world, and he's trying to. Yes, exactly. Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, that was 555 right there. The change can't be stopped. Yeah. As a matter of fact, that kind of sounds like us, right? It's like we're going to be like the Powerpuff Girls in like in a group, basically like spiritual Powerpuff Girls, right? But in this case, there's more than three of us. So yeah, spiritual Powerpuff Girls. So yeah, there they are. It was one of my all-time favorites, favorite. Uh, the mother, you're not evil. You're not evil. You're not evil. And the next video, I mean, there's a video that is scheduled to for tomorrow. I really hope you go and watch it, the mother. The title of the video, the reading is that what was it? It's like feel your way through. It's like stop numbing yourself and feel your way through. I feel like it's going to be a call out for you, the mother. It's going to be a call out for you because I know that you are a very caring and loving person. I sense that you are a very caring and loving person. However, you tend to act nonchalant because it's safer to be that way, and it helps you to keep the bad guys away. Yeah, that's fine. I'm like that most of the time actually. Well, not most of the time, but like 80% of the time. That's almost all the time. You know? And even though I'm a very jovial person and I can be very funny and everything, I tend to show that side to just people that I feel like, I mean, it's not like I just show that side to just people that I feel like I should show it to, but it's like me being here, like on the channel, doing this reading, this is a very sacred space for me. This is a very special space for me. And I consider the people that I communicate with, you guys, and our fellow subscribers as all part of the Soul Tribe or part of my Soul family members. Even though I know not everybody that is watching or subscribed is an alignment, right? So when I'm on here and when I'm doing readings, I'm able to like channel my true authentic self because when I'm doing readings, I feel like I'm being very vulnerable also because I'm just allowing spirit to use me as the messages comes. Like for instance, singing in videos and stuff like that. I've been booed at karaoke before, so that's not something that I would just over the top like of my head do unless spirit was fueling it, you know. So in a way I get it. But over the years, I've had to like just try not to let the world change me, you know. But yeah, I'm actually very jovial. Like I like to joke around a lot. I like to make jokes and I laugh with myself a lot because I think my jokes are funny to myself. So yeah. Okay. I feel like this is where I'm going to leave this reading. However, I do not feel like sleeping. And now it's morning, so that means I've stayed up the whole night and I still feel like I just woke up yesterday morning. So I'm going to close this one out, but I'm not going to close out the live. I would really love for us to keep interacting, so I'll just pull some cards. I feel like what I'm going to do next is basically close out this dragon's lineage reading, and then maybe we'll do a star seed reading, but then I'm not going to close out. We're just going to continue and do it. Mother, 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 I do think you're right. Instead of a star seed reading, let's go ahead and do a meditation. Yeah, thank you for that. That won't be bad. So, I feel like what we can do is a meditation surrounding some of the things that we have just revealed in the reading, right? And so, from what we just discovered in the reading? What are some of the things that you guys would like for us to set intentions for? I feel like it should be something surrounding, again, being of service or being of help, not really something about gaining more information, right? Because I feel like we have enough information right now. So it's like, what intention can we set to add up to the collective energy? Whether it's to raise the vibration, whether it's to send a rocket to, we're not doing that right now. Maybe next time. Why not send a rocket or two somewhere? Now I feel like doing muhahaha. Uh-huh. Mother, I wouldn't advise for us to try and tap into that channeling yet, because I'm not sure who else is watching. Some people are just spectators, and I don't want the collective like reeling into that energy, because already from the beginning of the reading I felt the need to call on our archangels and all those things. Uh, so I feel like we can do that when we are in the group finally, because then it's going to be like sieved. It's not just going to be everybody. So remembering who you are, service and no more interference with divine unions. Connect through sound and vibration. Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, this sounds good. Service and no more interference with divine unions. Because I feel like, yeah, service and no more interference with divine unions. Give me something, Spirit. Give me a Give me an affirmative manifestation, Spirit, an affirmation to manifest. Give me something to encompass everything for the collective. Give me something to encompass everything for the collective. Thank you. You're going to eliminate or destroy them. It's destruction. I'm sorry. Um, I don't know if you guys can hear the birds. I think it's time. Okay. So if you're doing this with us, this is what we're saying. All plans, forces, and entities that are blocking the divine unions from coming together in service of mankind be destroyed and eliminated. Okay, are we going to be able to do this? It's like, is everybody able to like see this properly? All plans, forces, and entities that are blocking the divine unions from coming together in service of mankind be destroyed and eliminated as is decreed by the light in me, so be it. All right, can we do this, guys? I don't know if everybody can see it properly, so let me just repeat it again one last time, but I will keep holding it up. So, all plans, forces, entities, all plans, forces, and entities that are blocking the divine unions from coming together in service of mankind be destroyed and eliminated as is decreed by the light in me, so be it. The reason why we are adding as is decreed by the light in me, so that whatever energy level you're on right now, we're just picking up from your light space. Right? Am I going to eventually tear this house down? It's very possible. Okay, guys. Okay, so let's do this. If you can, we are now starting this. Just sit still for a moment. And then let's take the next 5 seconds to just kind of like settle ourselves into a state of meditation, right? So for the next 5 seconds, just prep yourself into a state of meditation. If you're not good at settling your mind for meditation, you can just like rock yourself and close your eyes and just like keep your mind on one sound. It could be a sound in your head, or it could be a sound that you're hearing from your external surroundings. And if you feel called to, you can just close your eyes and repeat after me. All places, forces, and entities that are blocking the divine unions from coming together in service of mankind be destroyed and eliminated as is decreed by the light in me. So be it, and so it is. I'll do it again one last time, and again another time to make 3. All plans, forces, and entities that are blocking the divine unions from coming together in service of mankind be destroyed and eliminated as is decreed by the light in me. So be it, and so it is. One more time, because 3rd time's a charm. And the universe loves charms. All right, If you feel like you are a light warrior, as we're saying this one last time, I want to know if you can feel the transference of energy. I have goosebumps all over. I don't know if you can feel the transference of energy. As we say it this third time, I need you to imagine your sword of truth. I need you to imagine your sword of truth, your flaming sword of truth. And I need you to see yourself standing grandly with your mighty sword, standing in the energy of the light warrior that you are. And imagine raising your sword. Raise your sword and point it up into the skies. Raise your sword and point it up into the skies. And just know and feel that as your sword points into the skies, it picks up the location of where this prayer, this decree, and this intention needs to be manifested the most, whether on this planet or out in space. As the light warrior that you are, you have been given the power to tear down all that threatens humanity and this planet. And as such, your decree will be, and now for all my light warriors, let's do it one last time. With your sword still up in the sky, pointing up in the sky, and the knowing that as your sword points up in the skies, this intention will be manifested in the places that it need to manifest the most, whether on this planet or out in space. Okay. All plans, forces, and entities that are blocking the divine unions from coming together in service of mankind, be destroyed and eliminated as is decreed by the light in me. So be it, and so it is. Keep holding the vision. Keep holding the vision. Imagine the fire that is shooting from your sword all the way up into the sky. That fire that is shooting from your sword, that's that dragon fire that lives within you. That's that fireball that lives within you. And through your sword of truth, you can channel this fire to any place on this planet. Through your sword of truth, you can communicate with all other agents of light on this planet. And as is decreed by the light in you, so it is. Thank you guys. Wow. Whenever you're ready, you can join us back in the chat. Woo. If you're feeling a bit tensed, clap around you to dissipate the energy. That is possible because we just delved, especially the ones who did the last one, just delved into some really like heavy space. So you can just clap around you. Oh yeah, you can clap in gratitude also. Yeah, I can just like clap around you to just like, yeah, to just like dissipate the energy, just like kind of like break the energy down. Whoa. Thank you guys for doing this with me. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so the first reading was picked by the mother. I picked the mother's cue on what we should read on. And I don't know, I feel like I have a few more I have a few more minutes left in me before, I don't know, I start the day which I never ended. So yeah, it's like I didn't even end my day and I'm having to start it. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do next is just continue with a star seed reading. That is what I'm being called to. So I'm just going to do like a quick star seed reading to kind of like, yeah. Okay, so just a minute, guys. I need to use the washroom. All right, I'm back. Okay. You know, I've been thinking a lot lately about my decision to like not work in the what you would call like traditional employment thing, or like just basically not to work for anybody again, and just to, not specifically because I want to become a CEO or entrepreneur or because I want to own my business, but just specifically because I just want to follow my spiritual calling to the fullest and just like dedicate my life to becoming a spiritual practitioner, to doing healing, to delivering messages. And after the kind of day I had, and I feel like it's really confirmed for me, like there's just no going back. It's not even about they're not it's not even about like there's no going back. It's like there's no back. Sorry, I didn't really like do this thing for the reading before. So I will allow these cards to be here. And I'm just going to do a quick this thing over it and shuffle properly and stop talking so much so we can get into the reading. But I feel like I already know where this reading is going. But yeah, let's see. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Ancestors. We're so grateful for the guidance that you've brought to us. Thank you, Blessed Archangel Michael, for protecting me throughout everything. Thank you, my blessed seven archangels. I appreciate you so much for all you've done for me and all that you continue to do. And Spirit, my guy, Spirit, my G. I love you, Spirit. Thank you so much. Hey, and the ancestors, Charlie. I haven't forgotten you. Thank you so much for gracing me through everything. I love you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for the collective. What do we need to know right now in the energy of the star seeds? Hold on one second. this. Hello? Guys, are we back on? Hello? 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 I think... And the feed keeps looping. Yeah, because I went to open the window and when I came back, the phone had literally like gone blank. It's like the phone had died. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do right now, is to close this. Should I close this so that we start again? That was quite, I don't know. Okay. 2 hours and 50 means, but okay, guys, I feel the need to let's clear out this energy because it's actually kind of glitching. Yeah, I feel like we need to close out this particular reading, and I'm going to come right back with the star seeds reading. I'm going to start everything afresh because I feel like I don't know. I think this energy needs to be closed out for us to start a new one. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm just going to close this out quickly so that I will come back on with the star seed reading.